I'm Rosie Baker. I'm the editor of AdNews magazine. I'm here with Ben Sharp from AdRoll Australia. So Ben, why is it so important that we talk about attribution in the industry?
I think it's got to be one of the most challenging topics for Australian marketers. It's really, really complex. No one has a solution for it yet, and there's so many different variables in the world of attribution, both online and also offline. There's a strategy element to it, and then there's also a piece of how you put it into practice and how you measure attribution, which across different providers that a marketer might be working with, to be able to work out which partner that they decided to work with up front that helped them drive the most effective sale. And I think for many marketers, it's something that they just don't know the answer to.
Attribution's been a conversation for a very long time. It's really important for marketers to know which channels are working for them so that they can invest in those channels and reach their customers better. So really it's down to investment, where to invest marketing dollars, what's working for the customer, an important issue. So look, that's why it's important. Can people get it right though? That's a bigger challenge, and I think what we're seeing in the industry and what we have seen in the industry for years is that certain channels are seen as much more effective than they actually really are, because they're at the end of the line of a series of communications or a series of channels that the customer is using. So it's a constant challenge that customers are facing.
We want every campaign we run to be as effective as it can be, and attribution is such a vexed issue, and there are publishers who are really innovating and developing themselves, and we want to make sure that we're remunerating those along the path to purchase who are really contributing to the customer's decision point and finding that relevant moment to talk to the customer. I think it's critical from a campaign perspective.
I think it's important so you know where to spend your money. I think at the end of the day, we all want to know where our best dollar is being spent.
I think this is very important because we don't have answers for it yet, and it's a really important tool that we need to use if we want to understand the marketing function as a whole, what works, what doesn't work, and that's where we need to invest more, where we need to invest less. So that's actually a topical point.
I think that any business is trying to figure out where their spend should be applied. And that could often be quite difficult if it's not necessarily digital. Digital quite easy, obviously offline's a bit more difficult. And I think it's important for people to know that their money is being spent correctly, and I think that seems to be a bit of an issue for many people. And attribution modelling, while difficult to get correct, is potentially a bit of an insight into how they can better manage their funds.